Hey, Lynn. Hey, Miranda.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Bethany.
There I am. Okay.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm actually in the New Milford Library. They have like study rooms now.
Oh, nice.
So it actually works out well.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
how do I use the Wi-Fi?
That library is amazing after the renovation, isn't it?
I haven't even seen all of it yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I use the study rooms for like clients and meetings at night, but yeah, I haven't, it's amazing.
Yeah. Impressive. Took a while, but it's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're just waiting on Rufus, and then we should be good to go. Probably should ask for everyone's cell phone number, but does anyone have Rufus's number?
I do, and I'm gonna reach out to him and
Oh,
see.
cool, yeah.
if
Yeah, I
he's-
just want to send him a text. Because he did
Yeah.
say he was available at 6. Oh, here we go. Hey, Rufus.
Hello.
All right, so we have the full search committee commission or director search committee together. So I'll call this meeting to order at 6:05. The first thing we have to do is appoint a chairman and a secretary. Lynn, I wanted to nominate you because you've kind of done the most legwork to date. I don't know if you how you feel about holding that position for this.
I'm happy to. I have the time right now. My
Okay.
life might get more difficult if I actually get a job, so.
Sure.
But
Well,
I'd be happy to, because I have experience with a lot of this stuff, so.
all right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and make a motion to have Lynn Worthington as chair of the director search committee.
Second.
Give us a second. So any discussion? Are we all feel good about that? Great. So all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? All right, great. So Lynn, I guess I'll let you run point then.
Jump right in.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have anyone who wants to step up to be secretary? Because it's really important that we do minutes and if we file them.
Yeah. I'm willing to be secretary, just to get myself in the rhythm, because I'm gonna be kind of doing some minutes for the other stuff. So I don't mind taking notes and getting that sorted.
I'll make a motion to appoint Mike as the secretary.
Second.
Great.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Everybody go. Oh, so that's unanimous. Awesome. Okay, discussion of job postings process in progress is the next thing on the agenda. I took the lead with working with Joyce Kearns, the administrative assistant for the selectmen, to get some stuff moving. So the job has been posted on Indeed. I've put it on Handshake, which is a platform for newly graduated or just about to graduate folks. And a lot of the colleges are now using that as their platform. So it's up there. Haven't seen too many great matches yet with Handshake, but I think the majority of the ones that are coming through that are in the shared folder are actually from Indeed. So just got that going yesterday and they are flowing in pretty quickly. And I also am working on Glassdoor. Supposedly there's a free employer account, but I'm having great difficulty with their customer service. So it is also in the news. It's going to be in 3 newspapers. at least 2 times. The Republican American, the News Times, both those are supposed to be both on Sunday editions, and the Lakeville Journal for 2 weeks. And I also took the initiative to post it on the Facebook Kent, Connecticut community group, just to see, let people know we were working on it.
There's also the National Recreation and Park Association that we might be able to post to. I know that
Um,
we used to, I'm assuming we probably still have an account.
okay, I didn't know
Um,
about that one. I will ask
Yeah,
Jared
I
about
don't-
that.
I'm not sure how much they'll get from that, but it's at least narrowed down people who are in that field.
Mhm.
John Grant's on the call, and he said that he has access to the Connecticut Park and Recreation
Yeah,
Association, so he's gonna take
yeah.
care of
So
getting
maybe
it up
start
there. Yeah.
And then, yeah, the national one is probably kind of a far reach, but the Connecticut one is a good idea.
Yeah, so we have that in the works. We talked about some other ones, but the town of Kent has a very sort of convoluted way of paying for things online. Like, they don't have a debit card or a credit card that they will allow
We're
use
Way
of.
behind.
What did you say, Rufus?
I said we're kind of way behind in joining, you know.
Yeah.
And so do we have an account with those newspapers? Is that how we're paying for those? Okay,
they will bill us.
okay.
So because we use them so much, for legal like the Republican American is used a lot for legal notices.
Yeah, and I think we should have an account with the Connecticut. Park
Yeah,
Association.
yeah, John said he has access to it, so he's
Okay.
gonna take care of that.
When does what's the date? I forgot what the date was for the closing of the
January 5th,
January. 5th.
Friday, January 5th. The Park and Rec Commission decided they wanted to give, because of the holidays, they wanted to give people plenty of time to get stuff in, so. So if I can work out a way of paying for, there was another, governmentjobs.com was another one that Jared actually recommended. And, but I don't know, that one has a minimum amount of like $200. And the way that, Joyce put it to me was that usually what happens is an employee puts it on their credit card or debit card and then gets reimbursed. And I told Mike, I can't do that right now.
Mhm.
So, we can sort of see how things go maybe for the next week. And then if we're really not getting a lot, maybe we can add some more places.
Yeah, I
There's
think
a-
that's a good approach.
There's also, and it costs money, but there's also the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, CCM. They have a job posting thing, and I looked there today, and they charge $150. But that might be a place that people who already have a job in government would go and look to look for another job. So that might be a possibility too. So if is there anything else, any other suggestions you guys might have of where to post? Okay, we'll leave it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty comprehensive and
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll
Lynn,
keep
what was the third newspaper? You said Lakeville and
Lakeville
Republican
Journal, Republican American, and News Times in Danbury,
News Times. Yeah, okay.
which actually is pretty far reaching because they're online and they're part of Connecticut Post and all this stuff,
Right.
so. Okay, so discussion of evaluation process is on our agenda. So Joyce, yep, go ahead, Mike.
I was so I think what you sent was like right right in line with what I was hoping to discuss, because when I was watching back meetings from the last search committee, one of their first items was to get together a list of interview questions. So I just wanted to, see what we had, and then also see if we needed to reach out to someone that was on that committee to get their list of questions that they used.
Miranda, were you involved in that?
No, no,
Yeah, it was John Grant, Lynn
Laura.
Harrington, Julia Neff, and
Laura, right?
John Grant. Yeah, Laura, excuse me, yeah, Laura Barrett. Yep. So. But I didn't know if those questions that you got from Joyce were the same ones, but I mean, I'm happy
I made those up. She gave me the
got
structure.
it. Okay.
She gave me the structure of having the question and then having a rating right underneath. I added in the notes because when I've done these kind of interviews before in the past, I really like to have the notes right there of what a person says. And so I just made this stuff up. I mean, she did give me some questions that she's used with Rick Osborne for town crew members, but they weren't very relevant. So
Okay. Well, is everyone okay with me reaching out to
Mhm.
someone from the last committee and trying to get in their questions?
Yep. I think
Yep.
that's great.
Yep.
And I'm happy to,
Yeah, Julie probably has.
Yeah, I'll email.
has them. Yeah, I think, we should have one or two questions of hypothetical situations, or, if you were given XYZ, how would you create a new program for the town? What would your criteria, something where we are actually looking at their, trying to open up their brain and see how
Mhm.
it works. And
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Like almost like a case study, but
Mhm.
at a much smaller
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah, I've found that that the one that I stuck in there 6 gives an example of a successful program that
Mhm.
when I've interviewed faculty members, that kind of a question usually gives you a good idea if
Right.
if they are creative. But I love the idea of what would your criteria be. That's great. Anything else that you guys can think of that we should definitely think about including?
I don't have anything specific right now off the top of my head, but I would love to think about it and maybe add to a document if we have like a document that we can all kind of add to, and then we can kind of narrow down the questions, what we think the best ones are.
Yeah, you can definitely add to this one that I created if we like the rating system and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
perfect.
guys all have editing rights. And then we can just strike out the questions we don't like.
Great.
Okay, so discussion of application process. So we basically we can start weeding out candidates or we can wait until the deadline. It's really our choice of how we want to handle that.
And it'll be executive session when we discuss specific candidates, is that right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, I guess we would just need to know for the agenda for the next meeting, whether we want to start discussing as soon as, next week, or wait. So we have how many, so we have 5 so far. Cause I'd be interested to know how many we got last time.
It's either, 5 or 6.
We just had a new one come in, like,
I know we had 2 outstanding candidates the last time. One wouldn't even touch it when he found out how much we were gonna pay.
well, that's part of the reason why, I thought it was important to put the salary right out there, so.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah, I liked that was done.
Yeah. It's like when you're not at the top of the scale. It's
Yeah,
Smart
yeah.
to do that. And I think I don't think we're at the top and I don't think we're at the bottom. I think we're actually in the middle based on some of the other park and rec jobs I've seen advertised in the state, so. So how do you guys want to handle it? Do you want to start weeding out as we go, or do you want to wait and do it at the end?
Well, it seems like there's a couple that, in my opinion, we could probably weed out, but I don't know if we, with that document you provided, if we put what we think, put a notation in there, what we think, and then,
I'm
That's
not in a position yet to weed anything out because I couldn't get into the document. I was having trouble.
okay.
Do you have a Gmail account, Rufus, or no?
I tried to go in using my Town of Kent Gmail account and that didn't work.
Okay.
It may be just whatever whatever email she used to share it to, so if it's not that one, you probably just have to ask her to give you permission with whatever email you're using.
Right, because I actually got it off my Yahoo account. I mean, the notice, so maybe I need to do that.
Yeah, that is the email that we have for you. Is your Yahoo one.
But no, I think it's probably a good idea for the next meeting to have a review of the ones that came in, just as like if they're not going to be interviewed or not, just so that we could say every 5 we get, we can
Right,
keep on top of it.
Yeah, I agree.
but it'll be important to have executive session on the agenda so that
Yes.
any discussion of personnel decisions is done in executive session.
Yeah. So might as well just have we're probably gonna need one every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we put one on every time? We can
Yeah.
cancel one, right? If we
Yeah.
don't need it,
Yeah,
but
we just say
Right.
we don't need it this
Yeah.
meeting. Yeah.
yeah,
But especially important since all our meetings are gonna be special meetings, so.
yeah, yeah.
So does anyone know for the last time if if it was like a 2 interview process, or was it just a 1 interview, like a Zoom and then a in person, or how was that handled?
I don't
don't
even
know.
know. I don't even
Yeah, I
know if
don't
they
know.
did it in person.
I mean,
That
I
was-
remember John might be able to back this up, but I think they narrowed it down to a few candidates. And then we invited them to the town and showed them the parks and whatnot. And that's another type of question, it's like Jared had actually done his research about Kent before he came.
Mhm.
So that showed initiative that was, in his favor, Um, So I think we narrowed it down. I wasn't on the committee, but I think the committee narrowed it down and then invited the final candidates to come visit the town before we made a final decision.
And so did the search committee make one recommendation, or did the Park and Rec meet with multiple candidates?
Just one
Anybody,
recommendation.
on the commission was invited to meet with the candidates when they came. So the
Okay.
search committee narrowed it down, but then the whole commission, if I remember correctly, made the final decision.
That's what I figured would be the proper process, yeah.
Yeah, so I would just keep the executive session in all of them and then, yeah, we can
Mhm.
not use them if we don't need them.
Right.
Okay, so I guess our next thing would be to come back next week with, if you guys feel comfortable adding and or have the technology to add to the Google Doc that I created, under notes, you could say, what are some things that you think stand out, or even if there's things that you think sort of strike them, they need to be struck from our list, there's
Mhm.
not enough experience or something, not enough of the right experience or something like that. And then we could talk next week about, the candidates that are standing out and what we want to do next step with those.
Where did you want us to put notes? Which one?
It's called, I made a list, a Google
Oh,
Doc
okay.
list, applications list, Park and Rec
Oh,
Director
gotcha.
applicants
Okay.
list.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that sounds like a
I think that sounds
good
good.
plan.
Mhm.
And that really is, sort of all that stuff is should be pretty much stay within, it's confidential, so
Exactly.
that needs to
Yeah.
stay within just the six of us.
5 of us.
Yeah, John's a member of the public for this one.
Okay. Anything else we want to discuss on this topic? All right, I think we're ready for an adjournment. Wow, that was fast.
What day are we meeting next week?
We-
Or are we setting a meeting date for our next?
We
I think
should.
that's a good idea, yeah. I mean, so Wednesdays at this time are good with me, but if, happy to try for other times and days if someone has a conflict.
Yeah, Wednesdays are the best for me, but I mean, but Wednesdays are the best if everybody can meet Wednesdays.
Most of the time I can, but next Wednesday I can't. Unless we were to do it earlier.
I mean, next week Nate's gonna have a break from dance for a while, so next week I can do whatever I feel like I'm free.
What time is earlier for you, Len?
I'm flexible, like 4 or something like that, or 4:30, 5. I've got something to do at 6, so 6 to 8.
I mean, I could probably make that work.
Do like a 5.
Does that work for Mike?
Yep, yeah, it
Okay.
does. Yeah, because I coach basketball, but the school is closed next week, so I'm good at 5 next Wednesday.
How about you, Rufus?
5 o'clock next week is good.
Okay, let's plan on that. So
Um,
I'm assuming that me as the chair, I have to deal with the agenda. Is that accurate?
Um, The only thing I would say is, since well, I guess anyone could do a Zoom, but if you want me to send you the Zoom link, you know, I guess I can send you the template without the agenda items, and then you can just add the agenda items, if that works.
Yeah,
'Cause then
and
it'll
the-
have the
and the
Zoom
Zoom
link.
link, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, so it'll just have basically what you see here, but all the way to the start of the itemized,
I mean, we
topics.
almost should just sort of keep every item in there and
Yeah, just now with the exec session
we
added.
can say nothing to report on this.
Mhm.
Better to skip it than not have it and not.
So I'll send you that template, Lynn, that we can
Okay.
just kind of keep using.
Thanks.
You got it.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you all. This is
Yeah,
very
thanks, everybody.
very
Thank you.
efficient.
Good start.
So we will. So Mike, you usually actually, do you do a motion to adjourn?
Yeah,
or-
I picked that up from some other commissions. I noticed they do it, so I just kind of copied. Yeah,
Who'd like to give us a motion to adjourn?
so
I-
moved.
Okay, Mike,
Motion to
Yeah.
adjourn at
and
6.
a second. All those in favor?
or something.
Hi.
Aye.
All right, good
All
night,
right.
everybody.
Hi,
Thanks
good
again.
night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Have a good
everyone.
night.